Hey guys, Wages World here. It is May 20th, going to the 21st, 2020. I'm coming at you with a video. Alright guys, we're going to start with the Schumann. I'm just going to get to the point, okay? We've had another spike at the exact same time. Okay? 16 to 1700 local time. And listen, that's 12 days in a row. There's no way that that's a natural occurrence, in my opinion. Okay? And plus we got this big spike that happened. I showed you guys that one yesterday. And then we had the horizontal line I was showing also. But also something else that I really want people to understand is, you see all these lines? Okay, these are like pulses or waves. We didn't see this 2 years ago, guys. This is something new that's been happening. Okay? Now, here, this is what we really should be looking at when we see a spike. See how we don't see any other color but white? Because it's not pulsing. That increase or that frequency change went there and it stayed there for a certain amount of time. It never stopped. Okay? Not like these. You can see a clear start and stop. So that's my issue with that. And the fact that same time, 12 days in a row, I mean, come on, guys. No way that that's an accident. No way that that's a coincidence. And I want to say this too. Okay? Frequency is a part of everything. I think most of us know that. Lots of scientific data supports that. And, you know, mental health, physical health, I said all that. Anybody that wants to know more about this, please do a simple Google search. Go visit other people's channel that talk about this. Go back and look at a few of my videos if you want. But, listen. I'm going to make a statement here, and this is really what I believe. I think that the person that figures this out, not just by saying it because that's what they think, but by having some sort of observation, some sort of data to back it, the person that figures this out is going to be the person that broke it open and figures it all out. In my opinion, this is the single most important tool to figure out. Because it touches all of the other tools. When we're looking at the sun over on SDO that I show you guys all the time, that's an extreme ultraviolet light, and those are all frequencies. Audible frequencies, okay? Not over there at that tool. I mean, I'm separating it between light, you know, visible frequencies and, you know, extreme ultraviolet frequencies also. And you got radio frequencies for audible and other things. Frequency touches everything. Okay? So if you figure that out and why this thing is doing what it's doing, then you pretty much figure it all out. At least it will open the door for us to be able to have a different view and a more clear direction to go in. So I really think that, you know, this really needs to be the focus of a lot of people's research and stuff. I really do. You know, I talk about it a lot too. I'm not the most knowledgeable person on this one. I'm not. I point you guys to other channels all the time. But I still do look at this every day, and I will report on it and give you guys updates. And that's why I do, because I do think it's important. You know? I don't know that I was put here to research this part. I know that, you know, the other stuff that I show, I believe I'm more directed that way. But I will talk about this too, because this is so important. So, love to hear you guys' theories and stuff. Do a video. You know, jump out there, do a video. Let everybody hear and see it. Have some observations to show them. Have some data to back what you're saying. And I'm telling you, you know, we might be able to figure it out. Who knows? Okay, guys, this here is a geoelectric field model. Okay, what this is it's showing you basically the effects of space weather on our electrical grid. Or unnatural electrical components such as transformers, lines, all that stuff, right? So really, usually what we see when we come over here, it's usually this darker color blue. Okay, that's like the base color that this thing uses. So when we start, you know, we see this stuff over here, the lighter colors, that's not really much of anything, but it is an increase in that. Okay? And if you look at the graph down here, or the key, you can see how it ramps up, right? Now, a while back, we seen one right at the time of the Ridgecrest earthquakes last year. It actually went purple right over top of that. And not a whole lot of people caught that. Troy caught it. Me and Scott jumped on it and was talking about it. Okay, that's how that happened. So it takes all of us. That's just proof of it. But anyway, that was last year. So this is a fairly new tool, but it also is a great tool because it does show us things in a different way. So right now we're experiencing this. It may be the increase in solar wind. I think we're getting like a density increase right now. We'll go look here in a minute, but I'm gonna push play and we're gonna watch this. And this is like a 2-hour loop. And obviously you're gonna see some flickering and flashing and stuff. But watch right, down in here. Watch what happens. See that? Okay. And then you see the big increase right there across the whole continent. So, we can go over and look and see what the aurora is doing, because a lot of times when this thing's reacting, so is that. That means that we would be seeing more northern lights, more of them up, towards high latitudes, plus even down towards mid latitudes, like in Colorado and such. Okay? So, this is a good tool to look at. I just wanted to show that to you. Now, if you guys ever come over here and you check this out, and this thing has got purples and reds and stuff on it, send me an email. Because a lot of times, we can actually look at that and see what's going on. It does give us a little bit more of an insight on certain things. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. Okay, guys, I got you over here at Space Weather. All right, this is the Space Weather Prediction Center, NOAA. Here's the solar X-ray flux I've showed you guys before. It looks as though we may have had a small little flare right there. Okay, it ain't gonna do much even if it came right at us. Just to let you guys know, unless this thing spikes up here in the C range or M or higher, typically we probably won't even talk about it. We might, depending on what's going on. But unless it gets up into C-class flare range, there's really not a really good reason to be making a huge deal about it, because nothing's really going to happen. Okay, and now look at this. See, we see geomagnetic activity here. Okay, there's nothing going on. It's very low activity, very, very ambient. Okay, it's pretty low here. If this continues, because this has now been, well, 3, 6, 9, 12, 6, 9, about a full day here, okay, of pretty low conditions on geomagnetic activity. Whenever that happens, a lot of times they will put out like a cosmic ray alert, and because that's more cosmic rays get through when our geomagnetic activity is low. And what that means is people that are flying high altitudes and high latitudes, like closer to the poles, cabin crew, prenatal passengers, they're given warnings and alerts when they do that, because the cosmic rays up there are a lot harsher on you. They can affect you in a lot bigger way. Now, our skin does a pretty good job of deflecting some stuff, but these cosmic rays and stuff are pretty dangerous. Okay, if you're getting barraged with them, and they're happening all the time. But up towards there, when we have geomagnetic activity that's really low, that's when we really get concerned about it. And it's really not even a concern unless it's an extended period of time. It really has to be that way for a good amount of time to really get concerned about that. But here's the ACE data. You're seeing a lot of what I call popcorn, which means that the conditions are very, very fluid, which means they're jumping around very sharply from one data point to the next. If they're like staying pretty consistent, it would be more of a solid line, and you wouldn't see all this dots everywhere. Okay, each one of those dots is a data point. So when the stuff is staying pretty consistent, those dots line up with each other, and it gives you the appearance of a straight line. Okay, guys. Yeah, we got a CME. It just happened too. It's actually fairly large. We'll take a look at it. It's just now happening. I don't know a whole lot about it yet because all the data's not in. Because obviously it's just now happening. Now here's that active area we were talking about. It looks as though this thing might be getting stronger. It looked like it was going to decay there for a few. But now it looks like it most definitely looks like it's getting healthy again. See that? See how it's just getting brighter and brighter? Now watch this at the end of this time lapse. Right over here on this area. Now watch. Bam. That most definitely, yeah. That could be coming at an angle at us a little bit. It could be going over towards stereo A. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But just prior to that happening, you could see that longer filament kind of lift up. It's this shape, and it kind of lifts up that direction. Okay, watch it. Look at all that. And then even on the end of that, it looked like we might have had some sort of another eruption over here. We'll watch that a couple times and see. Oh yeah, that thing erupted again over there. Wow. Huh. Let me slow that down. We'll take a look at that a little better. We'll zoom in here so we can get a better look. I know it's taking a minute here, but check this out. Watch this. See that big filament lifting up? And then it just goes ahead and goes. That left the sun, guys. That didn't come back. That's a CME. And then over here, it looked like it was getting ready to erupt again. So let me, I'll fast forward that a little bit. That way we can watch this one. Pay attention right there, right at the end, right before the end of the day. Watch what happens. Yeah, it looked like that reacted again. Now that wasn't from that sunspot or that active area right there, okay? It might have had something, it might have been influencing it, but it didn't come center from there. And I was showing you guys in my previous video about this, what looked to be a little bit more active activity here. Right there. Bam. It happened again, guys, right there. So, I mean, we got some action going on over there. And we have been. So, whatever that means, it definitely means our sun's waking up, guys. We're going into a more active area. And I think we're moving into our new solar cycle a little bit faster than what they probably thought was going to happen. That's just my opinion. And obviously there's nothing we can do about it anyway. We just got to be observant and, just watch it and be aware. So, yeah. I am going to end the video here, guys. Again, this did take a little bit, but I wanted to explain some things to you guys about the Schumann and all that too. We'll go take a look at some other stuff too tomorrow. Hope you guys hang in there with me. And God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.